also to put on the website. So we'll wait for that to go ahead and get started. Okay, looks like we're recording. So before we begin, we're just going to have a quick safety moment. We always have safety top of mind here. If you are in person, emergency exit, we're close to the door, just right around the corner. Tornado shelter is in the restrooms, which are out of this door. If we have an emergency, I nominate Dave to call 911, and I do have a first aid kit in my rolling toolbox over there. So if you are online and you're in an emergency and you think we can help, please unmute yourself or use your chat box. Just a quick note, the people in the room, we cannot see the chat, so feel free to either put your questions in the chat and our great online facilitators will shout them out, or feel free to raise your hand or just speak up. We're pretty informal here today. Our agenda, we're going to do introductions here in the room, and then online, you're going to do your introductions a little bit differently. We're going to review what we're calling high impact projects to utilities by construction year through 2026. And then touch a little bit on communication and coordination. And then finally, questions. That's what is really valuable about today, is being able to talk with the NDOT staff and the utilities. So introductions, my name is Amanda Brandt. I'm with HDR. We've helped NDOT put on these meetings for the past several years, and I'm facilitating. So if you need anything, feel free, call me out. And then we'll have Dave introduce himself. And then just a heads up, we're going to ask everybody in the room, even though most of you were here for the first session, to go ahead and introduce yourselves again. Thank you.
For the sake of the folks just joining us online, I'm Dave Hansen. I'm the NDOT Utilities Engineer in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Jeremy Williams, Assistant Utility Engineer with NDOT.
Todd Hill, Assistant Roadway Design Engineer, Design Support Section. Barry Yeager, Utility Coordinator for Districts 2 and 3.
Jordan Curtis, Dawson Point Power.
Gary Haynes, Dawson Point Power.
Eric Klein, the Construction Engineer for District 4. Also Blackhill Energy.
Rising Dallas Point presenting.
Taylor Clark, still probably.
Kate Ames, District 4 Project Delivery Engineer.
Kevin Christensen, District 4 right away.
Brian Sunny, Viera Fiber Network.
Ryan Nickel, Viera Fiber.
All right, thank you. That's everybody here in the room. I mentioned earlier that we've already had a discussion about the 2024 utility policy and the updates to it. We had a meeting a couple of weeks ago, so hopefully you were able to join us online for that. If you did not have the opportunity, we do have a recording of that available, which we would be happy to share with you. And let's just jump right into District 4, talking about some outstanding construction year 2025 projects. These are projects that are moving, maybe started in this year or the year before, and are going to continue through next construction season. So Kearney East, just to the east side of Kearney on 30, we're installing a whole new set of lights along the roadway there. That's going to continue through, it looks like it maybe started late this fall and will continue through early spring coming up. We're bringing these projects up. Hopefully we've already coordinated with all of you on these. But we just want to keep you aware that they are ongoing, and that if we do come across something with your facility, that we'll be getting in touch with you. There were definitely a number of utilities in the area. And like I said, we were just installing a bunch of new light poles, and you can kind of see here on the map, it's just to the airport on the east side there, heading west towards town. And that's the only one that we're going to talk about from 2025. Moving into construction year 2026, there's going to be a fair number of high impact projects in District 4 going on. So the first one we're going to talk about is Hastings Southeast. This is urban construction and reconstruction. There's going to be a roundabout, and there's going to be extensive utility work going on in here, pavement repair, replacement, grading. Definitely a high impact project. I think that this has all been coordinated pretty well. And so we expect that all of the necessary moves are planned and will be taking place. But you can see there are certainly a lot of utilities here. Given the scope, this is kind of ongoing. Will be a couple construction years, and so we just want to keep your awareness up on this project. And you see a lot of, well, it's kind of hard to see where the actual project is, but it comes on the south, kind of S's up, and then comes out on, was that South Street? And here, Jim, sure, take this one.
Next up is McCool Junction to York, 42574, 8 miles worth, grading, guardrail, and pavement repairs. Should be minimal impact, but as you can see, we do have a number of facilities along this corridor of this project.
The turn lane.
So yeah, and there's a turn lane being added, so we could have some impacts with the turn lane and associated grading for that work. And there you can see where it's starting down by McCool Junction and working its way up through 80 and up to York. In Red Cloud, this has been a long-going project that's finally moving forward. Urban reconstruction through town, as well as some culvert extension replacement, and pretty extensive work through town on this one. I think we've got a lot of coordination going on currently with this. I think they're doing a lot of, this one included the lighting through town as well. And there's an overview of that one. Odessa to Kearney, 9 miles of full depth pavement, culvert extension and replacement, as well as ITS and lighting.
Interstate work here.
See, we've got full depth pavement again, culvert extensions, and some grading associated with this one. Large number of facilities in this corridor as well. There you can see the extent of this one again from Odessa east to Kearney, looks like. CCTV cameras. So this one, how many facility or spot locations do you know on this one?
19
different
different
locations.
sites. But typically
And this is
for
one, yeah, if you want to.
typically for our CCTV ITS type projects, again, we're just asking for really good locations from you guys. That way we can determine this is another facility that we do have the ability to field adjust it to avoid impacts where possible. And typically the footprints for these projects are fairly small. You know, we're looking at an intersection and maybe 250 feet in any direction of that. But there's 19 of them, so we just ask that you're very thorough in where your facilities are located, and we're going to do our best to move our camera towers to avoid your facilities.
But again, as you can see, we've got a large number of facilities with the scope of that one, all those different locations. Davenport East, 13-mile project that includes culvert work, guardrail, and bridge repair. Again, we've got a number of facilities located on this one. If we get a map, there we do. You can see it goes from Davenport East to, I believe, the intersection of 81. Is that right?
Okay. Yeah, and Kevin, Kate, and Eric, if you have anything to chime in, please don't hold back. Giltner to Hampton, so kind of a 14-mile longer project. So kind of the scope of work that we could have utility impacts on this is going to be guardrail placement, culvert extensions, or replacement and then grading throughout the project. Starting midsummer going through the fall next year. And there's a few utilities here, not too many. And here's your project map. Chapman West. This is on 30 heading from, between Grand Island and Chapman. We're gonna have some culvert extension replacement, some grading, some ITS and lighting. We're adding a left turn lane and widening a little bit right there at Chapman to facilitate some truck turning traffic there. I know that there's gonna be some impacts to lighting that's along that route. And there's a number of utilities in the area. And here's your project map. We're going to do a little bit of work near Central City coming up. So this one is Central City East, which is going to have culvert extensions, replacements, full depth pavement. We're going to have grading and handful of utilities here. I guess I should point out on all of these projects, we do have a list of anticipated requests from the utilities. It's very similar for all of them, so I can say it here. But coordination with us is paramount to success. And then providing your existing locations and your existing depths is probably your XY placement and then your depth placement are going to be the two most important pieces of information for us and to help mitigate any impacts. And you can see here, it's heading up. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Did we hear a question online?
Yeah. Can you go back to the last one so I can take a note of that control number on that one?
Central City
One more,
East or the
one more back.
Chapman West?
Yes, that one.
There you go.
Hang on,
42929.
I'll just take a picture of it here and. All right, thank you.
You got it.
I'll put these slides on the NDOT utility website and we'll send a link out to everyone who is on the calendar invite. Give us a week or so, but hopefully that'll be a helpful resource for you.
All right, I'm going to tell you about Elm Creek to Miller, then I'm going to let Jeremy talk some more. So this is another 14-mile project, culvert extension replacement, guardrail. There is a little bridge work on this one. So we'll pay attention to that area. This is going to start late summer of 26, be a 2-year project.
There are shoulders to this, so there'll be quite a bit of dirt work for going up and down hills and cusp hills. No more riding. There's gonna be a little bit of red. We do have a lot already. What much money, we're to do a project, what's money gonna do? Make sure we got the boss in your way.
Thank you. And there's, definitely a lot of utilities here. So and your project map. All right, Jeremy.
We go to Utica. 6-mile project that includes some bridge repair. No new right of way on this one. Be starting late next year and carrying into 2027. Bridge repair and replacement on this one, so we could have some impacts with bridge work. See the number of facilities that we do have. That's it for 2026. Any questions on the 2026 projects? If none, we'll move on to 2027, starting with Davenport West. 13-mile project that includes some bridge repair, culvert extension and replacement, and guardrail. And slated to begin in the 2027 season. And we can see we've got a half a dozen or so utilities located along this one. And here's our project overview map. Miller to the Buffalo-Custer County line, 8-mile project that includes some culvert extension and replacement, bridge repair, and guardrail. See, we've got a number of facilities located along this one. And our overview, starting at Miller and continuing north. Donovan to I-80, 3-mile project, smaller one with some bridge repair. Looks like we've got a number of facilities located along this corridor. The River to Phillips is a 8-mile project that also includes culvert extension and replacements, bridge repairs and resurfacing. No new right of way, but we do have a number of facilities. And our overview here, I don't know how many we got.
Yeah, we'll take a snap.
There's just a few left.
Continuing on, we got Miller to Amherst, is about 11-mile project. Major work here. There's a lot of culvert extension replacements going on in District 4. Bridge repair, bridge replacement. Gonna be, you'll see the construction timing here, April 1st to October 31st. That's just our general construction season. So as we get closer to all these 27 projects, we'll firm up those start dates and let you know better.
So on that one, the 5,600 plans that are in on-base do not necessarily show all the work
Okay,
right now. So just a heads up on that one.
thanks, Kate. As we get better plan sets put together, we'll keep you informed and updated. I know you guys all had worked with Don Horton in utilities for the last couple of years on your projects. Unfortunately, Don has taken a position elsewhere, and so he's not with us at NDOT anymore, but we hope to still provide that same level of service he was working with you guys on. But we will keep you updated with better plan sets as they come along. And kind of on that point, if you do get a plan set from us that doesn't show limits of construction or all of the information that you need to make your determinations of conflicts, please reach out to us. We can work with our design teams to get a depiction of what you need to see to be able to make your calls.
Okay, were those just recently made available?
5,600 plans?
Yeah,
They've been out there since July.
we'll follow up with that.
Thank you. Central City Viaduct. This is urban reconstruction. There's going to be a bridge going over railroad here. There's definitely a lot of facilities in this area. This will be high impact. I'm not sure how much of it will be City of Central City facilities that are impacted versus some of the other private utilities. But there's certainly going to be a lot of activity right there. And it's kind of hard to see.
And that one should have had some fairly recent contact for coordination. There's a lot of impacts with the viaduct as well as the intersection, the new intersection with the north side of town.
Nelson North, another 12-mile project that's culvert extension and replacement and bridge replacement. So it's going to be anywhere we have a bridge, we have a concern. Particularly if you have overhead power going over near a bridge, we'll want to work closely with you because it turns out that on a lot of our projects, there's overhead power right where we want to drive pile, so. And here's your project map for Nelson North. Either building north and south, I don't know.
Ruining north and south. It's like we got a 10-mile project that includes some culvert extension and replacement as well as bridge repair. Again, other facilities along this one that could have some conflicts with that bridge work. In our overview map. In Kearney, west of UNK, this I believe would be the project that's going to begin at the roundabout that's currently being constructed and continue west out to the NDOT yard. Urban reconstruction and full depth pavement on this one. And I know we've got a lot of facilities out there along this. And here is our overview of that one. Again, I believe that one pretty much starts at that roundabout that's started here just this last construction season. That was the last one.
That's everything that's on the immediate horizon for 26, 27. I think it will be worth noting that we do also have a major project in the pipeline. It's actually going to be split into 6. The 81.
York to Columbus.
So there's about a 41 or 41 mile part of the 81 corridor that we're going to be doing major work through over the next in the next 3 to 5, 7 years or so. We're going to 4 lane there, right? So we're 2 lane now. We're going to do 2+2. There will be a lot of utility impacts through that corridor. We've already discovered some through the planning process, but we just want to put that out there, put it on your radar that is forthcoming, and we will, with every project, we want to do early coordination as best we can, but we also know that there are some projects that are higher priority for our agency and for our
That one's going to
sponsors.
the impacts because of the extent of the work
right
now.
So, but does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns about District 4 projects from that we've presented today, or things that might be coming up in the near future? Online.
Anything online, Liz?
Nothing online.
As always, we are open to questions. You don't have to ask them all today. You can ask them at any time. You might not respond to them at 2 a.m, but we will get to them as soon as we can. And we're happy to work with you and talk with you guys at any point. And part of utility coordination is NDOT working with you, but part of our job is also getting all of the utilities on a project working together so that we can not only avoid conflicts with our project, but then avoid conflicts with 2 utility companies out there as they're trying to relocate on our behalf. So communication is key, and we appreciate everything that you do for our projects and helping them move forward. So if there are no other questions, I'll show this map again here. And remind everybody that the best email address to reach us all at is ndot-rd-utilities@nebraska.gov. And we'll be looking forward to working with you guys in the future.
Yeah, we have a survey. I know a lot of you were, at least in the room here, we're here for the last session, but if you didn't, please fill out a survey, or I'll pass around if you want to complete another one for D4. We really do look at the feedback. If you've attended these meetings, you know that it's changed pretty significantly every year based on your feedback. Online, they will be sending you a QR or a link and we would request that you fill it out. It's 8 questions, but a couple of them are really easy. So don't be intimidated by the survey.
There we go. You can visit our website, scan the QR code, or go to ndot.info/utilities. And that'll have information for the accommodation policy, any permitting information you might need, coordination information, how we handle certain aspects of projects, such as reimbursements or the project information, and then other resources are there available as well. And I'd like to just take a moment to thank HDR for supporting us and helping us put the presentations together. And also thanking all of the utility companies for your involvement in our projects, and then our AGC partners for helping us drive this initiative to getting an open line of communication between all of us so that we can all build great roads together.
And bridges.
And bridges.
Culverts.
And culverts.
Yeah. Awesome.
So thank you, everybody,
Thanks.
for being here with us today and being with us online, and have a great rest of your week.
Take a snack to go.
Thank you.